it's going to be a very difficult year for the groundfish fishery, particularly those people who fish in the Gulf of Maine.
While some species of groundfish are thriving in the Gulf of Maine, stock of others are on a sharp decline, putting a pinch on local fisheries.
We have some stocks in the Gulf of Maine, like redfish and pollock, which are in great shape. We could catch a lot more of it if fishermen could catch it. Gulf of Maine haddock as well. But our big problem is Gulf of Maine cod, which is a key component of the fishery. The most recent assessment shows that it's at very low levels.
In 2011, the cod catch was around 8,000 metric tons. Starting this May, the catch limit will be reduced to only 386 metric tons. This will likely result in a 30 to 40% drop in revenue to local fisheries, with the biggest impact on the north coast of Massachusetts and New Hampshire, who rely heavily on cod. The limit is set based on scientific assessments of the Gulf of Maine and its fish stocks. The problem is, scientists don't know exactly which factors are most responsible for the cod crisis.
I wish we knew exactly why the stock was declining. If we did, we'd be able to come up with a solution.
Climate change is one likely contributor to this decline. The Gulf of Maine is warming faster than most oceans across the world. Ocean acidification is also on the rise, which is caused by the absorption of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and river discharge. Increase of predators like seals are also a factor in the decline. Overfishing and inaccurate catch reports also come into play. Some fishermen don't believe the stock is in as poor a shape that's being reported, though.
At least some people don't necessarily believe what the scientists are saying about the size of the cod stock.
One theory is that the stock is congregating to the colder, deeper waters of southwest Gulf of Maine, but there are conflicting reports from other fishermen saying the cod are spreading out in more areas. For now, officials will continue to rely on the best scientific data and find ways to increase their understanding of this situation.
I'm a governor. I'm not a scientist. That's why I say to the commissioner, you work with the scientists, you work with the best available technology of science, and that's all we can do.
I think at this point there's a lot that we don't know. We do know that the ocean is changing, but we don't really know how it affects a lot of our commercial species other than clams. So at this point we really support getting more research so that we can understand what it means. I don't know that there's a lot we can do to change it though, but we need to be prepared for how it might change the fishery.
Changes to the Gulf of Maine are also impacting the Maine shrimp industry, which closed for the second winter in a row after the 2014 stock report showed the stock in collapse, with the lowest fishable stock on record. An insurance measure for Maine fisheries that's being looked at is to invest in aqua farming.
Aquaculture is going to have to be a major part of our industry. Certainly, I would much rather see it here than other places. So yeah, I'm business minded by trade, by my profession. So anything we can do to improve the industry here in the Gulf of Maine, and even to assist others around the world. In fact, I've been pushing very, very hard for the University of Maine to establish itself as the major marine research institute in the country. So I'm all in for helping the industry.
An updated assessment of the cod stock will be made this upcoming fall to determine catch limits going forward. I'm Chief Meteorologist Tyler Southard reporting for VStv.